Over the last few months, reMarkable's been adding typing support to its tablet, and it's caused a little bit of a stir with a bunch of people asking why would they do this. And I think all of that is starting to make sense now with the announcement of the new Type Folio. So in this video, we'll take a look at the Type Folio and see what that means for reMarkable owners. So let's take a look. Okay, so it's got two modes. You can have it sit up or you can lay it down. This is kind of an interesting floating scenario. It's like, is my palm going to hit these keys? I'm actually really curious if they're going to have palm rejection, or excuse me, keyboard rejection when your palm is on the reMarkable. I could see a bunch of people ended up laying their arm on the device itself. So we'll see. So reMarkable claims here it transforms the reMarkable 2 into a portable workspace that enables users to take handwritten and type notes and stay focused for longer. I buy the whole focused for longer thing. The idea of just having this one simple, lightweight device makes a lot of sense. It's a little bit different than how I use my reMarkable, which is it's primarily a sketching and nonlinear thinking tool, whereas this is probably going to get you more into that linear thinking, but I still see the advantage of being away from your computer or away from your phone and just going into a different part of the house. So I think there's something to this. It'll be really interesting to see if they get the experience side down where it actually feels good to use and it doesn't feel like you're crippled from what you're used to. For me, I usually use my laptop and that's running macOS, and I've customized my navigation and I feel I can get around really, really well. When I try to do that same thing with an iPad, I just feel very limited. I don't feel like I can do everything on the iPad that feels really comfortable on macOS. I feel like if I'm serious about what I'm doing, I should probably switch over to my computer because I feel like I'm just wasting my time on an iPad. I'm curious to see if I have that same feeling with the reMarkable 2 with the Type Folio. So we'll see. With reMarkable 2 typing across our apps and the all-new Type Folio reMarkable is creating an ecosystem for tools for focused work. Across our apps is a little bit of a strong term. It sounds like they have multiple apps on the reMarkable itself, but I think what they're referring to is the reMarkable device, their mobile app, and the desktop app. I use the desktop app quite a bit. I almost never use the mobile app. If you do use the mobile app, let me know how and where you use it because I haven't found a good use for it. We're opening up entirely new possibilities for note-taking, building on the paper-like writing experience that our users know and love. That's true. People really like the paper-like writing experience. As of yet, they're a little frustrated with the typing experience and how that's caused some usability challenges. So hopefully this will make it make more sense, but there's definitely a vocal minority of users who are really annoyed with version 3. All right. New Type Folio combines premium feel and protection of a folio with capable keyboard that disappears from view when not needed. Featuring full-size letter keys. Not a full-size keyboard, but full-size letter keys. Interesting. And a 1.3 millimeter key travel. I mean, for a small keyboard like this, that's probably not terrible. Comfortable typing on a thin, lightweight package. It's interesting to me that it makes sense to do full-size letter keys. I'm just curious what the modifiers did. Will we see keyboard shortcuts on a reMarkable? This is one of my questions. We designed Type Folio to stay true to the focused experience that reMarkable offers, yada, 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 yeah. It's perfect for when you need to get words down on paper quickly or when you want to draft a longer text without distractions. The typewriter thing feels good. That makes a lot of sense. Honestly, I've tried that with the Books Tab X, but I don't have that's my frustration with the Books Tab X is they didn't make it so it'll accept a keyboard natively, so you have to kind of bring your own keyboard and it doesn't necessarily travel well. I think this will travel well. I think I'm going to realize that I want the screen to be bigger when running landscape like that, but again, we'll have it in a few days and we'll be able to talk about that. Uses the magnets, requiring no additional pairing, charging, or updating. Okay, so for those who are curious, like your reMarkable has these pins right here. And so you're going to sit your reMarkable down this way, and then those pins will go into the keyboard and it'll just suck juice out of the reMarkable. It'll be really interesting to see what the battery life does when using the keyboard. I assume it's not going to affect it too much, but it's probably going to be noticeable, especially if you use it. Once connected, the keyboard opens to two fixed positions, a traditional typing position and a near flat position that's perfect for combined typed text and handwritten notes. A traditional typing position may not be for everyone. I think there's a little bit of variability here where some people like one angle and some people like a steeper angle. I'm curious if it's actually just two positions or if it's a range. But again, that's another question we'll answer once we have it here in person. A near flat position that's perfect for combined type text. And I mean, this gets back to the thing I was talking about at the beginning of like someone is going to rest their palm right on these keys. And have they put software rejection in there to prevent that? Or you're going to have this awkward hover where you're basically carrying the whole weight of your hand and trying not to lay it down. Again, all things we'll test once it's here. Yeah, we talked about that. Everything about the typing experience across the reMarkable ecosystem is designed to help you focus. From the pared down physical design of the Type Folio. Hold on. The pared down physical design. We should check that out because they showed this. All right, here is the size comparison. So this is an average laptop keyboard according to them. So they've narrowed the number keys. That makes sense. They've narrowed the shift. They've narrowed the cap lock. Makes a lot of sense. They narrowed the tab like a ton. Okay. I mean, this makes a lot of sense. Although these, you narrow those? I mean, I guess I'm not going to be coding on this, so perhaps it doesn't matter, but definitely going to be a little bizarre. No right OS key. No OS keys at all. Well, this is interesting. They call it Option, and then they call it Alt. Whereas I think of this as like meta. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I mean, overall, makes sense. It's going to be a little annoying if you're used to a standard keyboard layout. Like, they shortened this pinky. So, like, if you've got your... Sorry, it's hard to kind of show this. If you've got your left first finger on this J key, they've made the reach to the enter shorter, which makes a lot of sense. But if you've got muscle memory from 10 to 20 years of typing, it's going to be a little weird for a while. I mean, overall, I think it makes good sense. I'm not going to knock that too much. All right. reMarkable software has been reimagined to support typed text. The paper tablet detects when users open the keyboard and automatically rotates the display. I see. So it forces it into landscape mode. I always use it in landscape mode now, so that's no big deal. But for people who are used to portrait, yeah, this could be interesting. Okay, so that is why they built the auto rotate into the OS, because they're going to need it for people who are switching between portrait and landscape when they type. I'm still not convinced that that's going to be a purely seamless experience to switch from portrait to landscape, because your notes are going to resize a bit. I would, again, I'm biased here because I've already switched to landscape, but if you're not using your reMarkable in landscape and you plan on getting a typed folio, you're probably going to want to switch to landscape. Okay, hold on. I feel a crazy statement coming on. Never before have handwriting and typing been so integrated, seamless, and free-flowing. We call it Free Create, and it's one of the biggest innovations to hit the paper tablet category since reMarkable 2. I enjoy my reMarkable, but they're overselling on this one. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Microsoft Word, but I feel like they figured this out about 20 years ago. And I would argue the way they do it feels more natural than the way reMarkable does it. Maybe in a year from now, I'll sound like an idiot for saying this, but that's my opinion right now. All right, Type Folio is $200. If you have a current Connect membership, then you save $50. You do need the Connect subscription to use the keyboard folio, which I think is probably okay. I feel like most people who are doing this are probably on the professional side, and at that point, Connect Backup probably makes good sense. All right, so I've been a little brash with reMarkable during this. Them changing the Connect membership to give you screen sharing and access to third-party integrations without a Connect membership was brilliant. It really made them the leader in this space again, in my mind. And gets rid of that barrier to joining reMarkable if you weren't already on Team reMarkable. So kudos to that. With that said, $3 for a Connect membership to back up your stuff isn't too bad. I expect plenty of hate for that in the comments. I'm sorry. It's available in two finishes, two outer finishes. The inside is always black. Let me see if I can find you a picture of this. So let's go to their store page. The store page, I think, showed this the best. So yeah, so the outside matches the color. So that'll change from sepia brown and black. But the inside is always black, regardless of which color you choose. Well, black's probably not correct. It's a dark gray. It looks like it largely matches the gray on the reMarkable, although my reMarkable looks more silver, but in this photo it looks... Oh, what is this? Hold on, okay. So, interesting. This is a lot bigger than I imagined in my head, because it's this bottom portion, it's also this lift portion, and then your reMarkable goes into something that cradles the whole thing. I don't know why I thought it would just be across the bottom for the dock connector, but maybe they had issues with it coming loose, and so they went with something a little bit more full coverage. That might not be it. It might actually just be for protection. This is going to make the reMarkable significantly thicker. They're kind of clever to show it from this angle because you don't see the added thickness. But yeah, if you look at it from here, does this get bigger? Yeah, it does. Okay. If you look at it from this side, I don't want to call it double, but it's probably 1.5 the thickness of your typical reMarkable. This one's a fun trade-off of they erred on the side of protection, I think. But I do find it weird that they didn't color that part brown. All right, hold on. I gotta think about how this folds. So if you lay that down, okay, so it does wrap. Okay, I'm gonna have no way to explain this, but no, it doesn't wrap. Hold on. So that's the edge. Yeah, it feels pretty thick. Okay. Maybe this will make typing make sense. Again, I still haven't really used it, but I'm also not using my reMarkable as a typewriter. Maybe I could. I don't know. All right, let's see. What did we miss? Sturdy protection. Yeah, they're selling it on the protection aspects. No cables is really nice. No charging, also very nice. I mean, honestly, the reMarkable hardware team up to this point has been really good, so I've got no right to really question this. So it'll be really cool to see it. 3 positions. Before they talked about 2 positions. Now they're talking about 3 positions. What is the 3rd position? Oh, here we go. Hold on. All right, so that's the lay flat and that's the upright. It's a short gap from your fingers on the top row to the bottom of the reMarkable. I'm curious. Very curious. I also want to know how it does when you actually start to press on it. How much flex does it have? Weighs about a pound. Handwriting conversion feature powered by MyScript. What is MyScript? I have not heard this term before. AI handwriting tech. Have they been using this since the beginning? It's interesting. It looks like this is also in GoodNotes. But when I did the handwriting conversion test, the writing accuracy was so much better on the reMarkable than it was in GoodNotes. And so I'm curious why that would be. Also, they don't mention reMarkable on here. Why isn't reMarkable on this list, but they're now mentioning it in their marketing? Maybe this is just on the app? Are they adding handwriting conversion to the app and it runs on a different stack? I don't know. I'll see if I can ask someone at reMarkable this. Because it's interesting that they would choose to mention this now when the handwriting conversion has nothing to do with the keyboard. But I feel like I haven't seen this mentioned previously. I think we've hit it all. Let's take a quick look at some of these other pictures. Looks good. They're really honest with these photos. Like, they didn't brighten the screen here too much. They showed that it is kind of dull. That is a very short keyboard. Why is this guy all alone? So that is the reMarkable Type Folio. I'm curious, let me know what you think about it. Are you going to be buying one? And what would you like to see in the full review? I did order one this morning. They say it'll be here in a few days. But as soon as that gets in, I'll do another video with it hands-on. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.